But I will say the Lilia Gwen being available for Gen.G does help a good amount when you're playing into a Cho'Gath. The silence is pretty high value for them, but just the percentage shred goes a long way. And eat them, and it's that simple.
So right click, that's the mechanic that you need to be aware of. As all right, aiming is going to be able to slow down Ruler. Remember, this is from the work they did earlier, taking those 2 flashes, and they'll now take first blood. Canyon turns up, but he's a little bit late.
Moving over.
Yeah, Duro, Hex flashing, looking for a bit of an angle as Showmaker really wants to be able to get in here. It's going to be Canyon taking away one of these Grubs. As already, of course, Lucid did manage to secure one, used his smite on it, and so he's just going to vacate, and Canyon will once again pick up 2 out of the 3. So was that Q, but not going to risk it. Flashes immediately, and Xiu not going to be dead just yet. As Lucid coming in, there is the ulti, and down goes Canyon. Showmaker actually just eats him, so that's going to be a stack there as well. Heroic Charge gets Duro into the wall, and the Rupture going to miss once again. So it's only Canyon that goes down, but that is going to even out the Grubs to at least a little bit better than last game.
So I think he kind of pre-flashed, but just wasn't, those moments you expect to play, and Beryl is...
Yeah, Beryl's Hex flashing in. Chovy gonna try and kill Showmaker before he goes down, but Beryl is so scary. That Rupture is going to land, and even Lucid was here to play defense. That is going to be feats of warfare here for DK. And now Gen.G find themselves in about a 1,000 gold deficit. Not end of the world or anything like that, especially with Keen still being such a problem. Canyon moving down as he tries to hold him in place. Bowling Ball going wide here. Xiu gonna have to vacate. Teleport does come in from the Cho'Gath, and there's the Glacial Prison. Canyon now trying to get himself out. Beryl comes in and just gonna grab the drive-by kill onto the Lilia, and 1 versus 5 is not gonna work for Keen.
In comparison to other champions, we think of champions with global, you can move around the map quickly like a Quinn. He's kind of just a really big Quinn is from Epic Monsters or Champions.
Yeah, much harder to stack up that way as Duro is going to be discovered here by 2 burly gentlemen as he does try and taxi his way out, but unfortunately he's going to get eaten, and that is another stack coming through. But I'm just trying not to talk about it because I think this is the most jinxable team of all time, so let's just not make that happen as Beryl is very far up. He's not afraid of dying, even if he hasn't done it yet, and now that's the caster curse. That's what we were talking about. First death, still going to be traded for Chovy perhaps, as the bullet time, unfortunately, out of range. As in comes Xiu, and that is going to spell the end, and the public execution actually going to get the flash out from Ruler.
I feel like everything is, this is DK, this is DK, this is Beryl. Now we know for sure. Fight coming out.
Yeah, teleport actually coming on in here from the Quinn as flash out from Showmaker. Still, Canyon comes on forward. The Herald is actually going to be secured by the MF, and it is the Quinn starting to pop off. Xiu looking to dash over Keen, under 100 health, and Beryl's coming in, Beryl, and knocks him down. Ruler can't win this 1v1 either, and aiming comes on over, flashes forward, says Beryl, stop stealing my kills, and Xiu says that he's the second coming of Keen, and he's going to be able to take down Canyon.
It kind of feels like that. He's ripped off the Band-Aid.
Yeah, I was going to make the Band-Aid reference. That is what it kind of feels like here as feats of strength now going to come through for DK. It's going to make this Cho'Gath even faster, which is very scary. It's going to be a Hextech Soul, and I can confirm that Orcs was actually paying attention, but maybe not. Sorry, Chemtech. I always get the different techs confused.
I was too locked in on Beryl.
Yeah, you were too locked in on Beryl, and that's okay.
I will say, though, as far as Chemtech teams go, there's a lot of people who are tanky on this team who will get value out of that. I think
Poppy as a
Beryl
champion is pretty good on
all
week, all season long so far have looked way better themselves.
Yep. Just never try to understand people.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. The more likely they are to lose, the less likely they are to lose until you realize that that's the case, in which case they'll probably lose.
I didn't track that, but I think that
it makes no sense, but the less sense it makes, the more sense it makes for DK.
They have a great route here, actually. Gen.G, they could be caught out. They're going for the tower.
Yeah. Looking for it. They will be able to take that one down as they are spread. Beryl trying to find an angle, and immediately he sees Ruler, and he's going to look to kill him, but he now finds himself as the man caught out. Public execution gets Xiu into the backline as Beryl survives for so incredibly long, but is it actually going to work out? Because it's now 4 versus 5, and Xiu's going to make it 3. The sleep going to come on through there, and there is the one after the other. DK being cut down. And there we go. We thought for a second that DK were just going to play clean for the rest of the series. And it was that moment that immediately Gen.G answer back. They find a great Otacon play as well. They'll have a second life moving into the next stage of the game, and I think they will be able to transfer this into a gold lead as well.
You have Blood Thirster to sustain up, or you have Strut to get back to lane quickly, but still will force him away for now, and Showmaker's going to have to cover.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. Showmaker, you can see, checking to make sure he's not going to get flanked. And yeah, this tower, not long for the world. That is going to mean Gen.G with about a 1,000 gold lead. Started to talk about DK being a good team.
Yeah, I mean... Oh.
Okay, Keen will find Lucid.
There's the flank.
Now, yeah, that's a big teleport flank angle. Beryl going to come on over and gets the heroic charge. Chovy is immediately recalled as there's a Sejuani that's a bit sleepy, or is it Bristle?
I did start to consider this brush.
Yeah, Keen and Canyon will be able to spot him out. He does get control of the banana brush, but Lucid gonna have to put his body forward. Solar Flare gonna be avoided, but no! Actually, Beryl forced to McHale's himself, throws down the ulti though, and down goes Keen! He just oversteps in one moment! Phosphorus Bomb not going to land here as Lucid is still very low, and the Drake is still gonna be picked up there by Canyon. One kill. All it cost Gen.G to deny that soul point. Jonas Strong observing, and he is a bowler. As now, Xiu actually looking for a little bit of an exchange onto Keen here, already winning it out beautifully, and Showmaker's on the way. Is this a stack? He flashes for it. Grabs it with some ball spikes as DK gonna take down Keen for the 4th time. True. As all right, Gen.G, they're going to pull the dragon out. DK not wanting to give this one up without a fight. As you can see, Bowling Ball going slightly wide. Rupture just to try and get them out of the banana brush.
He's so big.
Yeah, Shirelia's popped. As look at this, they go so fast. He's so large. There's the Glacial Prison. In they go. That's going to be the steal. That's also the Nom coming through from Showmaker, who takes down the Leona. Keen going golden. Ruler feels like he's in a safe place, but look at these health bars. They're going so low. Still, the curtain call is enough to make it happen. Aiming going to get flashed on here as Ruler says, nope, you're going down. And Chovy is collecting.
Chovy got so much value there, but also the ult from Ruler found a position to disengage from the fight, get that ult off, and just started picking up targets left and right. The initial fight went in favor of Dplus.
Wait, is it game over?
I think it might be.
There's so much damage.
20 seconds. I think it's just done. They have 4 Grubs as well.
Yeah, and so they just need to keep these minions alive. Inhibitor does go down as Gen.G, they were thinking about it for a second there. They're like, wait a minute, we can just win. As Keen tanking up a bunch of turrets, but the turrets just don't exist.
Yeah, the next wave is there. It's only Beryl. He doesn't have ult.
Yeah, and Keen is going to be immune. There is no way Beryl's going to stop this one. As now Lucid, can you be the hero? The answer's no. One shot from Ruler.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.